Hey guys, this is a mostly unedited playthrough of Saya No Uta. This is the first part of my full playthrough. If you want to watch the rest of the series, all the other parts are available for all my channel members. And a huge trigger warning. This game contains grotesque depictions of sexual assault, CSA, gore, suicidal ideation, and much more. Viewer discretion is advised. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. I can't believe we're doing this shit again. Hello everybody, welcome to Saya No Uta, or The Song of Saya. This is a visual novel that's very short but very infamous for certain reasons that I have yet to find out. I've never played this, I've never seen anything from it. I made a community post about this actually yesterday, teasing everybody that I'm gonna be playing Saya No Uta maybe next for my next video after destroying my mental health for school days. That's a joke. That's a joke. I didn't actually destroy my mental health, okay? It affected me, but I'm okay. I'm okay, guys. Life is so much more than just a stupid school days visual novel, you know? I'm fine. But when I teased that I wanted to play this game, people in the comments were very concerned for me because this game apparently contains some real nasty stuff. Like really, really nasty stuff. Child material kind of stuff, which is not what I expected to tackle right after school days. But I know this game is infamous and it's like also not stupid long, so I was like, maybe I'll try it out and see how it goes today. I feel like I have the tolerance to handle this. At least it's short and it's not like 40 hours and 22 endings or some stupid bullshit, so it's fine. It's fine. But this game was apparently written by Gen Urobuchi, who is known for his very grotesque, I don't know if that's the word, or just like his dark writing, because a lot of his shows tend to be dark. Like Madoka Magica is probably his most well-known work, and everyone knows about that show. That show is definitely not depressing or super sad or really fucking dark at all. What do you mean? No one's head gets bitten off in episode 3. There was also another show that he wrote called, I don't know if you know this, Kamen Rider Gaim. When I was growing up, I really liked Kamen Rider, which is a Japanese sort of superhero series. He was the head writer for the Kamen Rider Gaim series, and I actually really enjoyed that one. I don't know what to expect from this game, dude, because on one hand, it's Gen Urobuchi. On another hand, I got a lot of comments about some of the stuff in this game. I'm gonna stop talking now. I'm gonna just press start and we'll see how it goes. This story is a work of fiction. The procedures and conditions described herein are imaginary and do not reflect actual medical practice. Oh boy. This work of fiction contains grotesque images that may disturb some viewers. Oh shit. Okay, so they blur it for you at least. Just blur it. I will say the editing will get much easier for me, but also like I kind of want to see what the fuck's up with the grotesque images. I'm so morbidly intrigued. I'm sorry guys. Like I know everyone was looking out for me in the comments, but the more I think about it, the more I'm driven by a certain morbid intrigue, morbid curiosity of why is everyone reacting this way? How bad can it really be? So we gotta go with default. Oh, what the hell is this? Hey, the wriggling mass of flesh burbles. Hold on, the volume is so loud for me, dude. The wriggling mass of flesh burbles. Sorry. Shit sounds like the sex noises from school days. 3 such creatures sit around the table in front of me, slurping filthy sludge from their cups as they trade whines, growls, and sounds that I cannot describe. Ew. Oh, I can do it like the Animal Crossing people. Ew. By listening carefully. Can I show this on YouTube? I can show this on YouTube, right? It's not necessary. Oh, this is rough. This is a rough start, guys. By listening carefully, I am able to grasp the gist of their conversation and respond when it is required of me. This is necessary to avoid arousing their suspicion. However these creatures look, they are my friends, apparently. Who the fuck are you? I wish that I could still deny it, but I gave up on that a long time ago. Night after night, I went to sleep praying for an end to this nightmare, only to wake each morning to the same twisted hellscape as the day before. I know now that I have to blend in, that I have to act like one of them. Such has been my life these past 3 months, and so it will remain until the day I die. Okay, what is happening? So this guy is just stuck here, I guess. Judging by his tone, this one must be Koji, and the one next to him, squealing more than the others, is probably Omi. Which means that the one next to me is Yo, though I can no longer see any trace of her once attractive features. I try my best to ignore the rotten stench of excrement that issues from her quivering flesh. Were these humans? Is that what's happening? Are these humans? Everything has changed. Or almost everything. By some cruel trick of fate, my relationship to the world alone remains the same, as if an insane architect took the blueprints of my life and rebuilt it out of blood and gore. These monsters and I were part of the same college club. We studied together, ate together, we even went skiing together every winter break. Now these are but painful memories of days that will never return. If only no one recognized me, I might have been able to disconnect myself from the world. It would have been comforting in comparison to believe that I had been abducted by aliens or that I had stumbled through a gateway to hell. But no. This is beyond a doubt the city where I was born and raised, the society that I was part of for 20 years, save that I, and I alone, can no longer see it that way. The world as I knew it is gone. I have no place to call home. Brother, what? Sorry. Anyway, I can tell that whatever they're discussing is of no importance to me. I decided to keep quiet while pretending to listen. But just then... Hey, Fuminori! One of the flesh beasts says as it swivels its bloodshot eyes towards me. What do you think? About what? About what? I gotta come up with a voice for the main character. I'll do the same voice as Makoto. About what? I tried desperately. Or what if I narrate like the boulder from Avatar, dude? I tried desperately to suppress my loathing and behave normally, but my hoarse voice ruins the attempt. We're talking about this year's ski trip. You're coming too, right? A slimy hole near the top of the creature writhes nauseatingly as it vomits some semblance of words. That must be Koji's face, or what the boulder would have seen as such 3 months ago. Unable to stomach the sight of it, the boulder averts his eyes and gives a neutral answer. Sorry, I don't think I can keep this up the entire game. I don't know. You have other plans? Not really. These were the boulder's closest... Sorry, I'll narrate normally. These were my closest companions. One of them had even wished to be more. Ooh. That's so sad, huh? How many nights have I spent crying in loneliness, lamenting the friends who no longer exist? In 3 months, my tears ran dry. Now there's only loathing left in me, surrounded by hideous creatures that I can only assume are Koji, Omi, and Yo. I spend each day trying to act as I always have. If I fail at this, I'll surely be sent back to the hospital. Only this time, I'll be locked away. Forever. No matter what, I won't let that happen. I mean... It's not like physical activity could affect your injuries, right? I'm sorry. The way they write the text for this, it's like how people type something when they want to make fun of someone's what someone said. It's kind of funny. Sorry. I'm not sure. I'll ask the doctor during my checkup. That's it. I can't look at them or bear their screeching any longer. I jump to my feet, desperate to escape. Hey, Fuminori! A spray of stringy slime. Yummy! From the cilia around its voice box flies at me. I try to cover myself, but too late to keep the slime from splattering across my face like the yolk of a rotten egg. I don't know. This doesn't affect me because I spent like 40 fucking hours playing a game where spraying things on other people's faces were like a normal thing. Like that should happen in school days more than once. I'm a fucking veteran, okay? This is nothing new to me. I'm about to lose it. I want to grab a chair, a desk, anything within reach, and use it to smash the life out of this creature, ending it all. I barely suppress the impulse. I mustn't let on that something is wrong. However they look to me, this is their world. I'm the outsider here. Like I said, today's my checkup. I've gotta go. Struggling to put on a smile, I reach into my wallet, pull out the first bill I find, and put it on the table without even looking at it. I don't care about the change. I just need to get out of here now. Waiter, I mutter hastily, and flee the cafeteria. I'm not crazy. Like that's the line from Better Call Saul. I'm not crazy. Oh, these are what they used to be? Hey, I need a voice for this guy. Hey, says Takahata Omi. Why don't we go somewhere we can skate for this year's ski trip? Tsukabayo frowns at the suggestion. Skate? But why go to a ski resort to skate? Oh no, Tsukaba's the guy. Sorry guys, I'm sorry. My amateurness is showing. I'm sorry. Okay, so Takahata is the girl. Tsukaba is the guy. Okay. Hey, says Takahata Omi. Why don't we go somewhere we can skate for this skier's trip? Tsukuba frowns at the suggestion. Skate? But why go back to a ski resort to skate? Haha, give her a break, Tsukuba. It's all she talks about these days. Tono Koji supports Omi with a laugh. Her impromptu suggestions are nothing new, and it's Koji's role as her boyfriend to provide backup. So that's Koji, I'm assuming. They're a good match for each other, Yo thinks. Sometimes it makes her jealous. Oh, Yo is a girl. I'm sorry. This is confusing as fuck. Okay. So, okay, well, they're dead. Sorry. I mean, she's seriously never gone skating before I took her the other day. Hey, is it really that strange? Not many people start skating in their 20s, you know? I was scared when I was little. Those shoes look like big knives. I mean, if you've watched The Boys Season 4, there's some violent scenes with some roller skates or whatever blades, so who's this? But you picked it up just like that? That's pretty amazing, Omi. It's a lot like skiing. You keep your weight forward and use the angle of the shoes to steer. He made it sound so easy. I figured I should give it a try, and it was fun. Okay, so this is Yo. Okay, I'm assuming this is Yo. And the other two people we saw were the other two friends, I think. So it was a date. Yo feels a stab of envy. Koji and Omi enjoy their time together as normal lovers do. That's certainly not something that should make her jealous. It's just that her luck in love has been bad. Same, brother. Sorry. Shouldn't say that. Oh, well, I want to see Omi skate too. Yo keeps her voice upbeat, trying to cover up her disquiet. No, are we getting another Sekai? Fucking kill me. She knows that it's wrong to envy her friends. She too would be spending time with a man she admires if not for the terrible tragedy that befell him. His is true misfortune. Her bad luck, quote unquote, doesn't even begin to compare. What? So, how about it? If we make the next ski trip... Okay, I'll just do a Mickey Mouse for her for now. You know, I don't know what's going to happen. So, how about it? If we make the next ski trip a skating trip too, it'll be twice as fun. But you can skate at a skating rink, can't you? Why go all the way to the ski resort? I don't want to skate indoors. I want to skate outside on a lake or something. That sounds fun, but wouldn't it be crowded? While speaking, Yo sneaks a sideways glance at the young man sitting next to her. Although the conversation has involved only 3 people so far, there are, in fact, 2 couples at the cafeteria table. Yo's boyfriend, though there's still some doubt over whether he could be called that, is beside her, as silent and expressionless as a statue. Hey, Fuminori, what do you think? Perhaps Koji sensed Yo's pain in his usual quiet and considerate way. This man's jawline can fucking cut through like sheets of steel, dude. Holy shit. Oh, and it's him. About what? The cause of Yo's distress. Sakisaka Fuminori responds to Koji's sudden query with a vague, mumbled question of his own. Okay, so his name is Sakisaka. Sakisaka on his dick. I don't know how to... Okay, whatever. I'm gonna forget it. Fuminori. We're talking about this winter ski trip. You're coming too, right? Koji speaks gingerly, as though probing a tumor. A few months ago, he would have not hesitated to rebuke Fuminori for his attitude. Their long acquaintance had forged a strong and honest friendship. But now... I don't know, Fuminori responds bluntly, his downcast eyes and sullen demeanor making it clear that he has no desire to break his silence. You have plans? Not really. Even Koji, Fuminori's best friend, cannot communicate with him as well as before. What hope does Yo have of breaking through his shell? Isn't that his girlfriend? The scars left by the events of that late summer day are still deep all these months later. Each one of the four bears them, not only Fuminori. What happened? Oh, this is the same conversation they had before. Oh, wait, this is the same building. It's just without a lot less flesh. Shit. I mean, it's not like physical activity could affect her injuries, right? Not sure. I'll ask the doctor during my checkup. As though that answer drained the last of his patience, Fuminori bolts out of his chair. Hey, Fuminori! Even Koji can't keep his voice from rising as he tries to stop Fuminori from leaving. Fuminori reacts swiftly, throwing his hand over his face as though to shield himself from something terrifying. Oh, is he seeing something else? Is he seeing like flesh and this is what's happening maybe? Maybe some spit flew inadvertently from Koji's mouth, but that happens sometimes. Fuminori's reaction is beyond the pale. Like I said, Fuminori snaps, making no attempt to relieve the discomfort of his friends. Today's my checkup. I have to go. Even as he tosses money on the table to pay for his coffee, he acts like he's touching something filthy. Later. Fuminori stalks out of the cafeteria, almost as if he's running away. Cloaked in heavy silence, the remaining three lowered their gaze to the table, where the abandoned 10,000 yen bill. God damn! 10,000 yen for coffee? How much is that? That's like almost $100 or $60 at this point. Sorry, my math is off. I'm fucking... My ignorance is showing. I'm sorry. Hold on, let me Google this. 10,000 yen to USD. $65? Bro paid 65 fucking dollars for a coffee? Jesus Christ, they're expensive, but they're not that expensive. I mean, okay. It's a little absurd that we pay like $9, $10 for a fucking Starbucks drink now, but you know, I don't really go to Starbucks. I'm actually more of a Dunkin' kind of gal, but but that's also like $7 fucking now, dude. It's crazy. Anyway, sorry. I can't take this anymore, Omi says with a sigh, but Koji shakes his head reproachfully. Fuminori just needs a little more time. But it's been 3 months. What's with his attitude? I feel like I'm going crazy hanging around him. I think it's probably because he sees you all as like balls of slime or flesh or something, maybe. I don't know. Hey, I don't understand what he's going through either. I don't think any of us can. Can you imagine losing your whole family like that? That'd screw anyone up. Oh, okay, so he lost his whole family? It could have happened to anyone. A tractor trailer flipped over on the highway, crushing the Sakisaka family car into twisted scrap. Jesus Christ. They said it had been difficult to tell the bodies of Fuminori's parents apart. That's so fucked. For a while, it looked as if there was no hope for Fuminori either. It was nothing short of a miracle that he was able to leave the hospital and return to a normal life. Normal is putting it kindly. Bro was seeing flesh on the walls. I don't think that's normal. He was worse when we went to see him in the hospital, remember? He was terrified of us, like he didn't know who we were. He even had to be tied to the bed. He freaked out so bad. Or maybe they experimented on him or something. I'm just glad he's made it this far. There's still something strange about him. What's with the way he looks at us? It's like we're not even human. Cut it out, Omi! Koji says forcefully, probably less out of empathy for his friend than out of consideration for Yo. While Koji's kindness makes her happy, Yo also knows that she mustn't take advantage of it. Fuminori is the victim, just as Koji said. He is the one who most deserves sympathy. Yo's feelings for Fuminori are her problem and no one else's. She doesn't blame Fuminori for not giving her an answer after she worked up the courage to ask him out. What? So she asked the main character out and this bitch didn't say anything back to him? Her, I mean? I'm assuming it's because he just saw her as like a ball of flesh or something. So he's like, I don't really want to date a ball of flesh. Or an amalgamation of nasty flesh. I don't know how to describe it. In fact, she thinks even more fondly of him for taking the time to consider than she would have had he treated their relationship casually. What? Apparently that sentence broke my brain. I'm sorry. Apparently the fact that Fuminori did not reject her was enough to make them a couple in Koji and Omi's eyes. So they're not actually dating officially. He just didn't even give her an answer. So it's just sitting in limbo. Poor girl. They've had plenty of fun at Yo and Fuminori's expense since. The truth of it, though, is that he still hasn't given her an answer. After revealing her feelings to him, Yo didn't see Fuminori again until a week later, and then she could only stare at his broken body through the window of the ICU. Oh, so she asked him out before the horrible accident, and then he went through a horrible life-changing accident, and then the next time she saw him, after she asked him out, was at the ICU. That's fucking crazy. Oh, that's terrible. And when he was finally released after 50 days that seemed an eternity, he was somehow different. She's starting to doubt that he even remembers what she confessed to him before the accident. Now winter is coming, and her feelings hang forgotten in the cold, lonely air. Rip. Oh, what is this? Dr. Tambo Ryoko has never had a more troublesome patient. Hey, yo! Sorry. Sorry, I'm sorry. I wasn't expecting, you know, the doctor to look like this, okay? Yo, it's not my fault. It's gravity. Well, it's not even gravity at this point. It's not my fault that like they drew her fucking thighs like to take up half the goddamn screen, bro. Okay, anyway. Sorry. Any changes since your last visit? No, nothing to speak of. His voice is hard and flat. His words toss carelessly into the air. It's like he's speaking to himself in an empty room. Ryoko is a surgeon, not a psychiatrist, but even she can sense the thickness of the wall he has erected between himself and the world. I'm sorry, there are so many fucking words that just sound like an innuendo, and this angle of just her legs, I can't help it. It's just too funny. There's he erected a wall between them, but something else might be. Okay, I'm sorry. This is too much. I've been playing too much School Days, okay? Not everything has to be fucking sexual. I know. It's just, it's been a long time since I've seen a character that's legal age. Look, I've heard that this game has some, you know, children's stuff, so let's enjoy the legality of it while we can, okay? This is all a joke. I'm sorry. Any nausea, dizziness, or hallucinations? No. While Sakisaka appears to be looking at Ryoko, his gaze is actually aimed at a fraction down and to the side. He's only superficially engaged in the conversation, when in truth, it does not interest him in the slightest. Perfect rejection. Realizing that she can't interview him like this, Ryoko sighs and sets her chart aside. Mr. Sakisaka, the procedure you received at this hospital was the latest in experimental neurosurgery. We explained this before, didn't we? Oh! So the world is normal. His brain's just fucked up. That's so crazy. Treatment of subdural hematoma through the use of micromachines, a procedure available in Japan exclusively here at T University, had been the only way to save Sakisaka Fuminori from a cerebral contusion that should have been fatal. With any experimental treatment, there's always the risk of unexpected complications. Of course. Sakisaka Fuminori's lips twist slightly in what might be a bitter or mocking smile, but it is gone before Ryoko can discern its meaning. Normally, I would never say anything to frighten a patient, but there have been reports of serious neurological disorders post-surgery. He's already kind of going through it, girl. I'm sorry to tell you. We must continue to monitor your condition carefully. Hence these weekly checkups. If only he would take them a little more seriously. Hi, Fuminori. This is the first time we see his full body. How was last week's MRI? Sakisaka asks abruptly, as if to catch Ryoko off guard. MRI, magnetic resonance imaging, is a way for doctors to examine the brain in detail without opening the patient's skull. Oh, I guess this game was made a while ago, so I guess that makes sense. Surprised by Sakisaka's uncommon technical knowledge, Ryoko recalls his profile. Oh, that's right. You're a medical student, aren't you? The kind of anomaly you're worried about should show up on the MRI, right? Did you find anything? No. There was nothing, not even the slightest hint of abnormal activity. For a procedure with such a low rate of success, the results have been nothing short of miraculous. However, something still bothers Ryoko. She can't shake the feeling that he's hiding something beneath his guarded exterior. Some terrible weight on his soul, perhaps. But if it's an inorganic problem, then there's nothing she can do as long as he refuses to explain it. I'm fine. I've been on my own for 3 months without any problems. What could go wrong now? Well, that's kind of an understatement, no? You've been seeing fucking meat. How do you even describe? You've been seeing packages of meat walking around like fucking drooling and oozing shit on the ground and oozing shit on your face, dog. Like, that's beyond normal. Please, you know that continued observation is required after these difficult surgeries. You have to trust us a little more. I suppose you're right. I don't want to trust you, doctor. Can I come to you with anything? Yes, of course. Ryoko answers, smiling to cover up her irritation. Sakisaka had asked exactly the same question during last week's visit. Well then, let's pick up where we left off. Have you learned anything about Dr. Ogai? Oh wait, oh sorry. This was Fumi, I forgot his name. Saki on this dick was sorry. Sorry. I forgot the main character's name, but anyway, he was talking. God, I'm sorry. I'm playing with the voice acting off again, so it's confusing. Well then, let's pick up where we left off. Have you learned anything about Dr. Ogai? Unable to answer, Ryoko hardens the mask of her smile. As before, the patient is inquiring about someone who he has no business knowing. If you don't mind my asking, what does Dr. Ogai have to do with your treatment? You just told me to trust you and now you're keeping secrets? Oh. Ryoko is used to patients treating her with hostility. Some degree of paranoia is natural when dealing with a person whose mistakes could kill you. In Sakisaka, however, she doesn't see the anxiety that other patients exhibit. His demeanor is perfectly calm, almost like a detective questioning a suspect. He left this hospital some time ago. I never had any contact with him myself. Do you know why he left? Yes, I believe it was personal. Ryoko answers smoothly, her earlier hesitation gone. Having decided at the outset to lie, she has no trouble doing so with a straight face. But why do you keep asking about Dr. Ogai? Are you acquainted? Did you know that the doctor has gone missing? No. Ryoko realizes that her answer may have been a little too quick. She should have acted more surprised. I've recently become close with a relative of his. It was she who asked me to find him. A relative? Ryoko considers this with a frown. I didn't think Dr. Ogai had any relatives. Oh, who told you that? I heard it from a nurse. Ryoko replies, remembering that she just claimed to have no contact with the man. Ryoko, come on! Bitch, your mask is slipping already? I see. The doctor was famous enough to have nurses gossiping about him. I hear he was an unusual man. But no one knows why he left the university. ... Oh, Ryoko. Ryoko, this facade is not working out for you, is it? Ryoko falls silent, knowing that this isn't a topic she can brush away with a smile. Sakisaka seems to have finally grasped her mood. However, as a strangely stiff tone softens a little. Please, I have to find Dr. Ogai. There's a girl who needs him. Can't you help me? Isn't this something the police should handle? Although she makes it sound like the most obvious thing in the world, the suggestion is actually a gamble. If Ogai Masahiko's disappearance becomes a police matter, then the university will be investigated. Everyone who was involved in the incident will be at risk of exposure. Something's going on. And of course, that includes Ryoko herself. Oh, Ryoko! Come on, Ryoko! What are you doing? She knows, however, that Sakisaka is unlikely to go to the police. First of all, his excuse is obviously a lie. They already made sure that Ogai had no relatives who might come looking for him, which is why they could bury the truth of what happened. Huh? But then, how did Sakisaka, a mere patient, learn about Ogai? I'd be happy to help, but there's been no word from Dr. Ogai since he resigned last April. Well, did he resign from the hospital or resign from life? Oh, what the heck? I didn't know this was a thing. I can quick save? Oh, that's so useful, actually. I can left click to have a... Sorry, okay. I'm discovering new things about the game as we go, okay? I'd be happy to help, but there's been no word from Dr. Ogai. Oh, I already said that. I can only assume that he's gone on an extended vacation to heaven or hell. Sorry. I see. Expecting resistance, Ryoko is surprised when Sakisaka backs down. She's still worried about his condition, and the mysterious link between him and Ogai is making her more uneasy. But as long as he doesn't open up to her, there's nothing she can do. After a brief pause, Ryoko writes, "Progress good" on Sakisaka's chart for today. About next week's appointment, how does 4 o'clock again Before she can finish, Sakisaka is gone. Oh, okay, bye. Oh. Can I show this on YouTube? I feel like I can, right? I won't get age restricted, I think. This should be fine. It's not like someone's dead, right? God, this shit is already stressing me out. Fuck. I was already stressed out about school days, bro. Sorry, anyway. It looks like someone sprayed the walls with pig guts from ceiling to floor. What color should the walls of a hospital be? White, of course. And to the creatures of rotten flesh shambling around me, I'm sure this hallway looks just as white as it should. I know, intellectually, that the walls are white. I know that the flesh beasts are really human. I'm the one with the problem. And it's because I've accepted this, that I'm able to lead something approaching a normal life. Even if my university's medical department is nowhere near as good as T universities, I'm still a medical student specializing in neurology. I have a basic idea of what has happened to me, though it's hard to believe. This isn't a pathological condition. It's probably some form of agnosia, unlike anything that has ever been studied before. The flesh I don't know what the fuck agnosia is. Hold on. Sorry, I need to look up agnosia. Results in the inability to recognize familiar objects, people, sounds, or other sensory input despite intact senses and memory. It's a disconnect between perception and meaning, where the brain can receive sensory information, but it can't connect it to a known concept or identify it. That's fucking terrifying. Oh my god. Okay. Well, now I understand what he's talking about. The flesh beast called Tambo Ryoko said that other patients had developed neurological disorders after receiving the same treatment that I did. So I guess I'm just another failure. It makes me want to laugh in that know-it-all doctor's face. That said, I don't blame the doctors who operated on me. After all, I do owe them my life. I know as well as anyone. Should I be reading in his voice? Sorry. I know as well as anyone how low the chances of success was, and that I had no other hope of survival. Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus. I was unlucky. That's all there is to it. The point is that my condition isn't treatable. Just like someone adapting to a hearing aid or a wheelchair, I have no choice but to adapt to this nauseating scenery. Of course it's hard. It wasn't easy to resign myself to this fate. But now, there's more than just despair. Even for me, there is a glimmer of hope. Keeping my eyes on my feet, I hurry home. Wow, this looks fucking beautiful. Look at the scenery, guys. Oh my god, look. Wow, look at this beautiful what is this aesthetic called? Flesh pink? Oh god. Oh. I live in a quiet suburban neighborhood in a house that's much too large for me alone. My parents, even unluckier than I was, died in the accident 3 months ago. I couldn't even go to the funeral for being in intensive care. I had to sell my father's business, but at least that left me with the house and enough money to live on for a while. I mean, that's pretty fucking tragic, I will say. That's fucking terrible. Of course I'm sad, but the accident took more from me than my parents. In fact, being on my own has probably saved me. If they were still alive, my parents would never have allowed me to live with some strange girl. What? Hello? Welcome home! As I open the door, a bright voice greets me from the kitchen. The voice is beautiful and clear as a bell, human. Its sweet sound washes the day's cacophony from my memory. I'm home, Saya. Even the patter of feet coming down the hallway is music to my ears. Nowhere in the city can I hear such footsteps. Only in this house with Saya am I so privileged. You're late. I was a little worried. Oh, she even has like the Mickey Mouse ears. That's a joke. That's. I'm just saying that because I want to do Mickey Mouse for this girl, okay? Because she's a main character. I have to have a Mickey Mouse character. Sorry, I had to stop by the hospital today. Oh, that was today? In her smile, the inquisitive tilt of her head is everything that I have lost since my accident. This girl is the only person I've met, perhaps the only person in the entire world, who does not trigger my cognitive disorder. True, her skin seems too white, and the color of her eyes and hair is probably different in reality, but even so, her form is undeniably human. And it's not just her appearance and voice either. As I bend down to take off my shoes, Saya wraps her arms around my neck and pulls me gently into her chest. Oh. Do I not like where this is going? I have a bad feeling about this. Her skin feels truly human, not cold or slimy, and from her hair wafts a sweet, feminine fragrance. She looks like she's 12, dude. In all the world, only Saya is pleasing to my 5 senses. And what's more, she smiles at me, embraces me. She knows that she is my salvation, and for some reason is happy that I need her. If I had not met Saya, if I had been all alone in this twisted, filth-ridden world, I would no doubt have succumbed to madness. It is no exaggeration to say that Saya alone is keeping me alive. What did you do today? Oh, wait, sorry. What did you do today? Worked on the living room. The painting's half done, and now I'm making your dinner like I learned from the TV. Sounds good. It'll take a little longer. Can you wait? Sure. I'll do some more work in the living room. After I see this humming Saya off to the kitchen, I step into the living room. Wow, what a beautiful living room you have. Oh my gosh. I love the contrast of colors you set up here. It's the pink and the green is almost nauseatingly beautiful. I realized that one day. Sorry, I got distracted. I realized one day that if the natural colors of the world were sickening, all I had to do was paint over them with colors that seemed pleasant. I went to the hardware store and bought every color of paint that I could find, then Saya and I tried different combinations until we found one that worked. After painting the bedroom from ceiling to floor, I was finally able to get my first good night's sleep since the accident. When we first started on the living room, Saya, unsure what to do with the curtains, just painted carefully around the windows. Without a moment's hesitation, I tore the curtains down and painted over the glass itself. There will never be anything out there that I'd want to see, and as long as we keep the storm shutters closed, the neighbors probably won't think anything of it. Dinner's ready! Can you bring it in here? As she enters the living room with a tray of food, Saya sniffs the air. The paint smell doesn't bother you? I won't lie, guys. I kind of like the smell of like wet paint. Is that weird? Like it's strangely like I don't want to say refreshing because I'm sure that shit's bad for your brain cells or something. But I kind of like the smell, dude. It's so bad. Okay, anyway. Now that she mentions it, I suppose the smell of paint thinner must be building up in this closed room. It doesn't really bother me though. There are far worse smells outside. Does it bother you? No, I'm fine if you are. Saya sets the food on the table. Unfortunately, neither its color nor its smell is at all appetizing. Not that food elsewhere is any different. Thanks, Saya. As has become routine, I steel myself and methodically transport the food into my mouth. The taste is as gut-wrenching as I expected, but it's not Saya's fault. I'm sure she made it exactly like the cooking show said. It's just that my taste buds can't accept it. It's not good? She asks hesitantly. Well, no. Lying won't make Saya happy. She knows about my condition. Don't worry about it. I'll make something different tomorrow. Sorry. You always go through the trouble of cooking, but It's fine. If I keep trying, maybe I'll find something you like. In my current state, eating's nothing more than an unwelcome duty. As much as I hate it, I need food to survive. If I stay alive, then perhaps one day, Saya says. As Saya says, I'll be able to taste something delicious again. I met Saya, didn't I? Jesus Christ, that's so... Stop. Aren't you gonna eat? No, I already ate. And all the time we've been together, Saya has never once eaten with me. I don't know why she refuses to do so. It makes me a little sad. Still, I'm not about to push the issue. Not when she's putting up with all the problems I have. By the way, I asked about your father again. Oh. By the way, I asked about your father again. Oh, so that's the missing doctor's her father? Shit. Yo, something crazy's happening, dog. You did? Dr. Ogai Masahiko is Saya's father and her only living relative. Saya has asked me to unravel the mystery of his disappearance. They still wouldn't tell me anything. I get the feeling they're hiding something. Oh. I expected Saya to be a little more disappointed. You haven't given up, have you? No. Saya responds with an unreadable expression. It's not that. She gives a little shake of her head, then smiles at me once again. Thanks for all you're doing for me. It's nothing compared to what you've done for me. I thank her for the meal and set my chopsticks down next to the perfectly clean plate. As wretched as the taste was, thinking of the care that Saya put into it gave me the strength to finish every bite. Is it bath time? What the fuck is this, dude? Yeah, will you wash my back again? Sure. Ever since Saya moved in, it's been like having my own wife. Oh, okay. Guys, she looks like she's 12. What are we doing here? Pause. Guys, she looks like she's 12. Okay, we're not even an hour in and we're starting with this fucking freaky shit. Get me out of here. Ugh. Get me out of here. I'm so done. Saya! Why are you so good to me? Is this truly what you want? What am I, that you can give yourself to me, body and soul? Is this merely sympathy? Do you pity me, the exile from society? Is that enough for you to surrender yourself to such mad desire? Are you so wanton? What does that mean? Saya is here. She is with me now. Only in this moment is her existence certain. Only when I am joined with her can I believe. No matter what cruel fate might await me, Saya, there is nothing I fear more than losing you. Fuminori, are you crying? I realize that my cheeks are wet with tears. Why, Saya? Why do you go so far from me? Fuminori, I don't understand it. I don't, but I'm losing myself to you more every day. I can't live without you, Saya. Oh, Jesus Christ. I wrap my arms tighter around her, praying that our bodies will melt together and never again be apart. This guy is has lost his fucking mind, bro. Even if if this condition is treatable, it feels like this guy's brain has already lost itself into the sauce. I don't know how to describe it. Tell me, please, what must I do to keep you with me? How can I repay you? Okay. Okay. I wish I could pause the fucking music. Like with school days, I could pause the music and it would help me sort of think or like just kind of talk things through, and then we would, you know, resume it and the music would stop. Unfortunately, I don't think this is possible in Saya No Uta, it seems like. Unless... No. That's how I quit. Okay, hold on. Sorry, I'm trying to figure this out. I don't like this, dude. Why the fuck are they in bed like with are they what are they? Oh, dude. He's like 20, right? And she looks like she's fucking 12. Can we not? Oh, okay. Let's keep going. I haven't confirmed anything. Okay, we're still in the first hour of the game. Keep holding me, Saya whispers into my chest. I want to stay like this forever. Well, okay. I guess there's... I won't leave you, Fuminori. Why? Why me? Because you're all alone, she says softly, gazing up into my eyes. All alone, just like me. The sorrow in her voice resonates with my own. There is a deep loneliness in her eyes, a loneliness from which now springs boundless affection. You're all I have. In the whole wide world, only you will embrace me, my precious Fuminori. I hate this so much, dude. Now I know. No matter what horrors this world unleashes upon me, all I'll ever need is Saya. Oh my god, what the fuck is going on here? Oh, Jesus Christ, dude. Bro, she's... let's keep going. Yo is determined to talk to him today. Nothing will happen as long as she hesitates. It will only prolong her suffering. The time has come to show courage once again. Yo's fourth period on Thursdays is biology. This is her one chance to see Fuminori. As a required course with many students, her lecture is held in a large hall that can seat well over 200, but since the room is usually only half full, it's rarely difficult for Yo to find a seat she wants. Yo prefers to sit near the center, where it is easiest to hear the professor. Most of the students congregate in this area for the same reason. Ew! Sorry, I would always sit either in like the last row or like the side or somewhere because I did not give a shit. I was such a waste of tuition money, dude. I don't want to say it like that, but dude, I did not give a fuck in college. It was so bad. Sorry. Anyway. Fuminori usually sits beside her, although given the ambiguous state of their relationship, she knows better than to take this for granted. Still, she tries to save a seat whenever possible. The classroom isn't crowded today, so Yo is able to set her bag on the seat next to her without inconveniencing anyone. But when the professor arrives at the usual time to start class, there is still no sign of Fuminori. After waiting for her for about 10 minutes, Yo scans the room furtively. Fuminori is there, sitting alone in the far back corner. I was gonna say like, yo, me too, but I don't think I want to relate to this guy because we watched him fucking getting like all comfy in a bed with like someone who looks so young. I don't know how to feel about that. I genuinely, it's so gross. Like, what the fuck? Why can't, I just don't understand like the plot point. Why can't they just be like an adult girl? You know, like I would understand, like the same story could be, let's keep going. I mean, I still haven't heard anything about, anyway, I'm just assuming things at this point, which it's probably not the best thing to do. Did he miss Yo when he came in? No, he couldn't have. No, he's just too busy sleeping with a... I'm not even going to finish the sentence. And besides, no serious student would willingly sit so far away from the front. Okay, I feel directly called out, but whatever. Anyway. Feeling miserable, Yo slides her back over to herself. Fuminori is out the door the moment class ends. That is so... I hate that this is... I did the same shit in college. Okay, whatever. But that is like the only similarities this guy and I have. I think this guy is... Oh, God. I don't know. This is such a... The story premise itself is already just so fucked, dude. Yo barely manages to catch up to him before he disappears down the hallway. Fuminori! Fuminori jerks at the sound of his name. You would think she just screamed at him. What? He turns to her and asks reluctantly, now that they are face to face. Yo is painfully aware of how much weight Fuminori has lost. His sunken eyes and protruding cheekbones are a far cry from the features familiar to her. She wonders whether he's under a lot of stress or perhaps not getting enough nutrition. Maybe it's both. And it's also that he's just seeing flesh everywhere he goes, you know, that's just like a normal thing. He definitely looks more tense than he should. Afraid even, though of what she can't imagine. His eyes move restlessly from point to point, and refuses to look Yo in the eye. It hurts to see Fuminori this way. What could have changed him so? Today, she reminds herself, rekindling the flame of courage in her heart. I want to talk to you about something. Do you have some time? The courtyard is empty and silent. No one is willing to sit and chat in the cold November air. So, what is it? Don't you remember? Yo almost blurts the question, but manages to keep her composure. You've been acting strange lately. I'm worried about you. Well, a lot's happened. He smiles like it's nothing, but even that seems forced. He's even standing precisely one pace further away from her than she used to. Is that really all? What more do you want? Yo manages to keep from flinching at the harshness of his tone. It's like you're struggling with something. ... Rather than answer, Fuminori grinds his toe into the dead grass at his feet, fearing that her determination might flag. Yo lets the words come as they may. It's like there's a terrible weight on your shoulders and it's slowly breaking you. That's how you look to me. Oh, really? Fuminori mutters through clenched teeth, no longer trying to deny or change the topic. This is an even clearer signal of rejection than his prior evasiveness. But Yo's determination is strong. Today, at least, she won't back down. It's times like these, she implores, trying to convey the sincerity of her feelings for him, that you need your friends. I feel really bad about your parents. Sorry. I know this is a serious moment, but the way the text is typed is killing me, dude. It's like fucking looking at like a Reddit argument. Yo, I think she looks even prettier like this. What do you mean? I am so glad to be playing a character where most of them are of legal age. I hate that I have to say that, but holy shit, dude. But you're not alone. You have Koji and Omi, and you have me. Yo can no longer stop the words pouring from her lips. She fears that if she does not unleash her feelings now, they will be lost forever. I think we can help you so you don't have to deal with it all by yourself. Even if we can't do anything, just talking to us might make you feel better. I want to help you. We all do, so please tell me. Stop it! Fuminori shouts, silencing Yo's entreaty. She promised herself that she wouldn't back down, but Fuminori's expression is terrible enough to shatter her resolve. The look in his eyes is not anger or any other warm-blooded emotion. It's hate. Murderously cold hate. Come to think of it, I never gave you an answer, did I? He remembers. He remembers, and he still has treated her coldly. That's all the answer she needs. If his words stab her any deeper, she might very well die. I never saw you in any special way before. When you asked me out, I wasn't sure how to respond. I didn't know how I really felt about you then. Fuminori. But now I can give you an answer. I've had plenty of time to think it over, you know. I hate you, Tsukuba. I don't even want to look at you. Don't cry, Yo tells herself, but too late to stop the tears pouring from her eyes. I suppose it's too much to hope I never see you again. We do go to the same school. So just make this the last time you speak to me, okay? Your voice makes me sick. How can you be so cruel? Yo whispers in shock and despair. To which Fuminori twists his lips into a malevolent smile. You should really try thinking for yourself once in a while. I bet it was Koji and Umi's idea, wasn't it? Well, you can play at love all you want, but leave me out of it. That's all Yo can take. Even after shedding tears in front of him, she absolutely refuses to let him hear her cry. Any disgrace would be preferable to breaking down here. So she runs, fleeing breathlessly from the courtyard, with Fuminori's cold smile at her back. See? That's what I'm saying. This guy has lost his fucking mind. It's beyond, like, saving at this point. I'm sorry. Poor girl, you deserve so much better, Yo. I'm just telling you right now. Go for someone who doesn't see you as a ball of, like, molding flesh. They do say beauty comes in all forms, though, you know? I'm sorry, I'm going crazy. Omi was the first to catch sight of Yo and Fuminori leaving for the courtyard. Reluctant to interrupt them, but still unwilling to leave them alone, she and Koji ended up watching the whole thing from the shadows. Okay, I need a new voice for her because I took Mickey Mouse for Saya, so I'm going to do a that asshole! God damn it. I have to have another I need to come up with more voices. My throat's gonna collapse before the end of my YouTube career at this point. Throughout the exchange, Omi was clearly itching to jump out and punch Fuminori in the face. I don't blame you, honestly. Knowing her temper, Koji kept firm hold of her arm until the end. If he hadn't, she might very well have done it. Fuminori leaves after Yo, his every step seeming to take an act of willpower. Koji sighs heavily into the once more empty courtyard, but the bitter taste in his mouth will not go away. What's wrong with him? Even Koji cannot forgive Fuminori's treatment of Yo. However, the first thing he feels is confusion, not anger. Koji has known Fuminori since long before college. Fuminori was never this cruel before. There was no question now that the accident changed him. Are you just gonna let this go? I don't want to, but what can we do? Something besides watch! Omi shouts, her face red with fury. I won't be satisfied until I give him a piece of mind. My mind. That won't make Tsukuba feel better. But it'll make me feel better! Yo, same. Honestly, I'd feel the same. Yo and Omi are best friends, just like Koji and Fuminori. In fact, it was their relationship between Koji and Omi that brought the other two together. Omi's anger's only natural. I'm gonna talk to him alone. You don't have to come. You serious? Take care of Yo for me, will you? She's probably really hurt. She'll need someone to be nice to her after she's done crying. Wait, shouldn't we switch jobs? You know how I am. If I try to comfort her, I'll end up making it worse. Yeah, you've got a point. Hey! Anyway, just go easy, okay? And in the conversation before Omi's mood gets any worse, Koji heads off to find Yo. Okay. Omi's about to throw fists, bro. She's about to throw fists. I feel awful, miserable, but also refreshed. I've finally crossed the line. I knew it would come crashing down like this sooner or later. Having become unable to feel anything but disgust for other people, there was no way I could hope to maintain the relationships I'd had before the accident. Today's incident will definitely get back to Koji and Omi, and everyone will be convinced I've had a major change of character. Honestly, I don't care anymore. At least I probably won't be committed for this. I just need to avoid acting any stranger than I already have. Bro, you're sleeping with what looks like a young child. I feel like you're already acting the strangest you can. There's like no going back from this, brother. I don't know what to tell you. And brother, I said that as not as an endearing term, okay? I just have to make this clear. This is already like has crossed many lines that I didn't expect. Okay. If this puts a rift between me and the others, good. The thought of all the stress I'll avoid brings a smile to my lips. I'm fed up with them sticking their noses into my life. It's like they don't care that they make my gut turn just by being near me. Oh. I've been terrified of them until now, but today, I struck fear into one of them. In that sense, it's something of a relief, but I'm not entirely without remorse for what happened. The person I just demolished with the verbal equivalent of a nuclear bomb used to be my friend Yo. Even if my senses don't believe it, my mind accepts the theory. I don't have any particular grudge against Yo herself, and I didn't want to hurt her. In retrospect, perhaps I should have just ignored her outright. Yo was an attractive girl. I certainly didn't think badly of her. To be honest, though, I was annoyed when Koji and Umi tried to stick us together. It felt like they were using us as entertainment, and Yo seemed totally oblivious to the fact that she was dancing to their tune. Her cluelessness was irritating. Still, I knew that none of them meant any harm. Back then, I didn't have any reason to hurt others just to get my way. If having a casual relationship with Yo would keep our circle of friends together, I was willing to make that compromise. Why does he sound like Makoto from School Days? Get the fuck out of here. Oh, I'd be willing to. Anyway, whatever. Now, however, there is no room for my heart for such forbearance. If merely talking to someone is all an ordeal, then how can I be expected to show them kindness? These ruminations have left me exhausted. I want to return to Saya as soon as possible, but thinking about the packed trains and crowded downtown streets between here and home saps my spirit. Catching sight of a nearby bench, I sit down and close my eyes to the horrors of the world. I can't do anything about the stink or the noise, but at least I can calm my nerves enough to rest. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, Jesus Christ. When I regained consciousness in the T University hospital ward, the world was as dark as it is now. I had not yet recovered my sight, even though my eyes and optical nerves were undamaged. It must have been an after effect of the accident. Blindness was a shock, but now I know that my suffering then was nothing. After all, my senses of hearing, touch, taste, and smell were all fine at the time. The real horror began when my sight returned. Woo! The one small mercy was that I was able to come to terms with the accident and my neurosurgery while still blind. I panicked when I first saw the nightmarish hospital and the blood-curdling shapes of doctors and nurses, but I soon guessed the cause. It chills me to think what might have happened if I had recovered my sight along with my consciousness, suddenly awakening in what can only be described as hell. I would no doubt have lost my mind instantly. I don't know, man. All this fleshy stuff looks kind of tasty to me, dog. Wait. That's Sorry. Soon, my disorder spread to the senses of touch, taste, and smell. As it turns out, sight exerts tremendous influence over the other four. The taste of my food, the feel of my bedsheets, the fragrance of my get-well flowers all became as unbearably foul as my eyes said they should be. Eventually, when even the doctor's voices became unrecognizable as human, I decided to unalive myself. I don't want to say it. I didn't believe for a second that I could live in this new world. At least, not until I met Saya. One night, while thinking of a painless way to die, I found myself succumbing to sleep. Drifting between the nightmares of my dreams and the nightmare of my reality, I didn't notice her enter my room. The next thing I knew, there was a face staring down at me from next to my bed. The face was not covered in pus, slime, or earthworm-like feelers. It had smooth white cheeks, round eyes, a lovely little nose. All things I had never expected to see again. The face was that of a girl, undeniably human and positively glowing with beauty. Isn't she like... Okay, I need to look up her... I feel like I should look up her age, but I feel like that's a spoiler of some kind, but I feel like I need to know. Like, at this point, like... Okay, hold on. I'm gonna look this up. The song... Oh, wait. Saya No Uta. Saya age. Okay, let's see what Google says. Okay, well, I guess we'll never know. Because Google doesn't even tell me. She looks so young. I don't know how to feel about this. Holy shit. Anyway. I sighed in admiration, savoring the first peace and joy since regaining my sight. She had not expected such a reaction, apparently. Aren't you afraid of me? She asked. Looking at the clock, I saw that it was exactly 3 in the morning. No time for a young girl to be alone in the hospital. Perhaps she expected me to mistake her for a ghost. But I would not have cared if she had been a ghost. Either way, she was a godsend. Who are you? What are you doing here? I'm Saya. I'm looking for my dad. I assumed that she was the daughter of a late-shift doctor or another patient. It was unusual, but not unthinkable for such a girl to be wandering around the hospital. It's no fun if you're not scared. Wait! I cried, desperate to keep her from leaving. It was only after she turned around that I realized that I hadn't thought of what to say next. Well? Her beautiful eyes drew me in, healing my soul to its core. Through the white haze clouding my mind, I struggled to form a coherent sentence. I shouldn't do this to a girl, but you're the only one I can ask. No longer Oh no, no longer concerned with with propriety, I let the words come as they willed. Will you let me hold your hand? Saya looked confused at first, but then she smiled like she'd found a new toy. Her smile was brighter than my memories of the sun. You're strange, she said, holding out her slender white hand. No one's asked me anything like that before. Even so carefully, ever so carefully, as though catching snowflakes, I placed my palm against hers. I could feel her human warmth and the softness of her delicate fingers. She was there, just beyond the palm of my hand. Thinking back on the joyful tears I shed then, I know that this is the moment I was saved from my fate. This is the first time in weeks that I've touched someone and felt them as human. Huh? I can't touch anyone else. I was in an accident, and as a side effect of the surgery, I can't see people as human anymore. How mysterious. You're interesting, she said, winding her fingers gently around mine. Can I come back tomorrow night? Yes, of course, but are you sure it's okay? Don't worry, she replied. The night belongs to me. What? And so our rendezvous began. Saya came to my room every night at 3 a.m., skillfully taking advantage of the duty nurse's shift change. I was astonished to learn that she was living inside the hospital. What? It's so big that I never run out of places to hide, she said, answering my surprise with a nonchalant smile. She had been living in the suburbs with her father, she told me, until one day he'd suddenly stopped coming home. After she had tired of waiting, Saya had decided one night to sneak into the hospital where he'd worked. And there she lived for over 2 months, searching for his whereabouts all the while. Don't you have to go to school? No, Dad taught me everything I need to know. I'm really smart. She was a strange girl. See? Oh my god, this is what we're fucking talking about! Okay? She does look like a child! Ah! Oh god. Oh god. Okay, let's keep going. Let's push through this. I think after school days, my tolerance has developed much higher for bullshit. Okay? I hope so, at least. So we'll see. She was a strange girl. On the one hand, she looked and acted like a child. On the other hand, she was remarkably self-reliant and at times exhibited a sharp intelligence and deep knowledge that many may have found unsettling. I didn't care. Saya is the only other human in the world gone mad. Her existence meant far more to me than the standards of society. Aren't you worried you might get caught? Aren't you worried you might get caught? Nope. I don't have to worry about food here, and it's a lot more fun than staying in Dad's house by myself. I looked at a patient list and found the ones who have mental problems, Saya continued, grinning mischievously. Sometimes I sneak into their rooms late at night and scare them. Jesus Christ, what the fuck? Even if they raise a fuss, no one believes what mental patients say. Girl, you're fucked up. You're fucked up. What is wrong with you? What the hell is wrong with you? Wow, that's so cruel. They just brush it off as a bad dream. Her confession reminded me that the hospital was famous for its ghost stories. Who could have imagined that there was actually a real girl impishly roaming these hallways? So that's why you came to my room the first time? Yeah, sorry. Are you mad? Why, her pranks were hardly praiseworthy. Yeah. Yeah. I couldn't bring myself to scold her for the very thing that had brought us together. You shouldn't do it anymore. Will you come to talk to me instead? Yeah, that's more fun for me too. Oh god. With extreme care, I was able to conceal my sensory disorder. I guess I would say it is impressive that he's concealing this, because I'm sure any human brain would probably go fucking insane if this is what they saw every day, dude. That's a really comfortable looking weighted pillow. Is that a new kind of pillow, dude? Where'd you get it? Amazon? Sorry. Anyway. It was glaringly obvious that the doctors had no way to cure me, and the fact that I had undergone a still experimental procedure made me even more cautious. As a medical student, it was easy for me to imagine how the doctors would react if they discovered I was exhibiting such unusual side effects. I was not about to become a guinea pig, a mere specimen to be examined with clinical detachment. And so I hid my discomfort and loathing behind a mask of normalcy, convincing the doctors that any signs of stress were merely a result of hospitalization. Saya was my support. Looking forward to her nightly visits gave me the strength to endure my daily torture. Hope can make an enormous difference in a patient's progress. With the aid of my secret nurse, I recovered at a pace that left the doctor stunned. Oh, Jesus. On the last night before my release, I summoned my courage and asked her, "Oh, are you gonna stay here forever?" "Yeah, I couldn't learn anything about my dad, but it's not like I have anywhere else to go. I guess I'll stay as long as I can hide." In other words, there was nothing keeping her there. "Why not stay with me? Why not stay with me?" I asked timidly. The question took all the courage I had. "Huh? My family's gone, so I have plenty of room. You won't need to hide, and it's not a bad place to live." "You want me to live with you?" I was too afraid to ask her what she thought of that, so I hastily offered a deal. "In exchange, I'll help you look for your father. I'll find him no matter what." "I think that's gonna be hard," Saya said, looking a little embarrassed. "Dad probably did something bad and had to leave the hospital. We can't get the police involved. You'll have to be as discreet as possible." "I'll do whatever it takes. Unable to control myself, I finally spoke the truth. "I can't be apart from you." Jesus Christ. Oh, Jesus Christ. At first, she looked bewildered, but after a few moments of silence, she said, "Give me a little time." That night, she left my room earlier than usual. I guess she said yes. Ugh. On the day of my release, I managed to smile as I accepted the hideous, foul-smelling celebratory bouquet. The flesh beasts calling themselves Koji, Omi, and Yo came to pick me up. Though they had come to see me many times during my stay, it never got easier to see my friends change so horribly. My sudden tears of despair drew suspicion, but I managed to explain them away as tears of joy. While we walked to Koji's car, I looked desperately for Saya amid the grotesque scenery. Even as we drove away, I kept watching the hospital fade into the distance, praying for a last glimmer of hope. But Saya never appeared. After Koji and the others dropped me off, I paused a while to regard my surroundings. I had lived my entire life on this block, in this house. There was no other place that I could call home. But nothing was as I remembered. As I walked up to the path to the front door and took in the yard where I had spent my childhood, I could feel those memories being defiled by the twisted, festering shapes around me. Inside the house, I found nothing familiar, nothing to offer me comfort and warmth. What I had once called home was now a whole other world. "I have no home," I whispered with a smile of self-pity. There was one last stop to make, one last nail to hammer into my coffin. I stepped into the room that had cradled me from childhood. The walls were papered with human entrails, the bed a tangled mass of warm flesh. But none of that mattered. There, curled up on the bed like an abandoned cat, was Saya. As I stood there in shock, she looked up at me in a tiny, weak voice and said, "Can I really stay?" I responded by sweeping her into my arms, embracing her tightly so that she would not escape. Saya did not resist. Oh, Jesus Christ, dude. Oh, Jesus Christ, dude. Oh, so this is what the house actually looks like? It's a nice house. But honestly, I kind of prefer the fleshy one better. I don't know. The fleshiness of it gave it like a certain, a certain welcoming vibe to it. Oh, I guess you could say he got a flesh start. That was... I'm so sorry. That is not funny. It's not that funny. A flesh starter. I'm sorry. Okay. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay. Anyway. Okay, let's keep going. Sorry. Ooh, calm down. Calm down. It wasn't that funny, Leo. It wasn't that funny. Okay. When she arrives at the Sakisaka house, Omi first takes a deep breath to calm herself. Her anger does not vanish entirely, of course, but at least now she can hear herself think. While waiting for a response from the intercom, she looks over the patch of yard that she can see from outside the gate. Even Omi isn't normally one to complain about other people's housekeeping, but this is going too far. The grass is growing wild, and there are piles of dead leaves scattered everywhere. It doesn't just look untended, it looks like an uninhabited ruin. It's still light out, but every window has its storm shutters tightly sealed. Omi guesses they've been closed since morning. What kind of life is Fuminori leading? Even if he's living alone, he can't neglect his housework forever. And is it just her imagination, or does something stink like rotten meat? It couldn't be coming from the yard, could it? There's still no response, so she presses the buzzer a second time, and a third and a fourth. Finally, after this has gone on for over 10 minutes, Omi loses her patience and opens the cover of the intercom. As she expected, the power has been disconnected. Perhaps Fuminori has a good reason for shutting out the world, but Omi can only see it as a lack for respect for others. Her anger rekindled, she pushes the gate open and stomps through the yard to the front door. Given the state of his intercom, she doubts that Fuminori will respond to a knock. So Omi decides to just open the door and go in shouting. And if the door is locked, she'll just have to. Surprisingly, the doorknob turns easily in her hand, and the enraged Omi finds herself throwing the door open wider than she intended. Her nostrils are instantly assaulted by a choking stench. What is that smell? As Omi stands petrified on the threshold, the cowbell hanging on the inside of the door chimes loudly. A moment later, "Welcome home!" Oh shit! Dude, that's crazy. Does this mean that Saya is actually the like a grotesque piece of flesh to everyone else? And vice versa for Fuminori, whereas everyone else is Yo, that's some fucking crazy switcheroo type shit. What? Omi can't believe her ears. The voice she just heard could not have been human, yet its intonations were too complex for any animal she can imagine. "Is someone there?" She calls out to the end of the hallway from which the voice came. There is no response. Oh, shit, it is! She calls, there is no response. Instead, she hears the sound of something soft and wet flopping its way deeper into the house. ... Finding it difficult to place a meaningful image to the voice she just heard, Omi stares blankly at the empty vestibule. There's nothing there. Not even Fuminori's shoes, which can only mean that he's still outside somewhere, wearing them. The house should be empty, but what was that voice just now? Oh, shit. Yo, this is getting kind of freaky. I will say, I don't fuck with the whole child stuff. That thing is disgusting. But I'm a big horror guy. So I am intrigued a little bit, I will say, by what's about to happen. Her anger has vanished as if it were never there. Nevertheless, Omi sets foot into the hallway, leaving the door open so that the cowbell won't ring. The floor creaks, setting her nerves on edge. Omi isn't sure why she's acting like a burglar, but something tells her to make as little noise as possible. The potency of the stink inside of the house makes the whiff she caught outside pale in comparison. It's sickening, like rotten fish guts. Has food been left to spoil in the kitchen? She hears a bubbling sound up ahead. Stepping gingerly on the creaking floorboards, Omi makes her way to the end of the hallway. She finds rooms to both sides of her, one lit, the other dark, and chooses to look into the lit room. It's the kitchen, lit by what must be the only window in the house not covered by a storm shutter. The sound she heard was the pot boiling on the stove, and the chopping board next to it lie a butcher's knife and some half-diced carrots. A perfectly normal household scene with the light of the setting sun making everything the color of decomposing fruit. Something is wrong. Who was cooking here, and where did they go? "Is anyone here?" Omi calls, regretting it immediately as she realizes that her voice is shaking. As the words echo vainly through the silent house, she begins to feel foolish and defenseless. Suddenly, she feels something cold seeping through her pantyhose. She timidly reaches down to touch her feet. Her fingertips come away covered with a viscous olive green slime, like the filthy water from a tank long clogged with algae and dead fish. The whole floor is covered with it. It must be the source of the stench. Omi now wishes that she had worn her shoes inside. Manners be damned. When she looks back ruefully the way she came, she realizes that her current position is not visible from the entrance. The kitchen must be where that strange voice came from. Oh shit. Omi, no! Omi, no! The next room is probably the den. As she expected from the closed storm shutters, it's pitch black inside. Omi wants nothing more than flee to this house. flee this house, but that would mean turning her back to the darkness, and that she simply cannot bring herself to do. Wait, why don't you just walk backwards? Like, can't you just walk back? Sorry, is that too simple? I'm just saying, just walk backwards. That way you're just looking at the darkness the entire time. Anyway, whatever. Moved by some irrational compulsion, Omi sets foot into the den. Are we gonna have our first death scene or something? It is too dark to see anything, and the stink is far worse than before. She slides her hand along the wall, feeling for the light switch. Finding it much sooner than she expected, she flips it on like it's her last hope. The colors! The colors! So many colors. The purple of entrails, the brown of rotten meat, the crimson of fresh blood, the yellow of fat. These colors and more that cannot be described cover every inch of the room in maddening array. The colors say all that needs to be said about the painter's hatred, malice, and insanity. Omi's legs give out from the shock, sending her to the floor. Slime immediately soaks through her jeans, its cold tendrils creeping up her legs, crotch, and her neck. Her hand flies to her neck, where it's greeted by another drop of chilly slime. Above her, something is dripping down on her head. Making perhaps the worst decision of her life, Omi looks up. The predator clinging to the ceiling, poised to leap upon his prey. She sees it in every detail. Her mouth and nose are shielded, begins scream. Oh my god! What? What? Her mouth and nose are sealed from before she can scream, and her belly is torn open as something enters to feast on her innards. But by the time she feels any of this, Omi had already gone mad. Oh shit. Oh shit. I bite the bullet and try to take the train, but the rush hour crowds were so bad that I had to get off halfway and walk. I'm running pretty late. Is Saya worried? I hope she's not mad. When I enter the yard, I realize that the front door has been left wide open. Light from the living room is seeping out into the hallway, and I fear what sounds like someone smacking their lips. There's also a tantalizing fragrance in the air. Is it Saya? I consider calling out to her, but decide to enter in silence instead. Something smells strange, though not unpleasant. The aroma is quite soothing, in fact. It reminds me of Saya's hair. At first, I am surprised by what I see in the living room. The floor is covered with what looks to be some kind of grass, probably the source of the herb-like smell, and there are fruit or vegetable balls of varying size scattered everywhere. Dude, that's gotta be Omi's like body after she got attacked. Yo, his brain is fucked. Saya? Oh! Saya turns around, her eyes wide with surprise. She then looks away sheepishly, like a child caught at some prank. What are you eating? This is, well, she stammers, so flustered that I suddenly feel bad for sneaking up on her. Jesus Christ. Remembering that she has never eaten me in front of before, I realize that she must be quite embarrassed. Can I have one? I scoop up the closest fruit thing and pop it into my mouth. Yo! Yo, he's eating her body! Huh? Omi deserved better, dude. What the fuck? I scoop up the closest fruit thing and pop it into my mouth, ignoring Saya's attempts to wave me off. It has a strange texture, soft and pliable, like a peach or pear. When I bite into it with my back teeth, a succulent juice fills my mouth, combining with a sharp, strong fragrance. It's unlike anything I've ever tasted. Yo, is he gonna start eating people now? How did you make this? What did you use? It wasn't hard. I just took it apart and melted a little to make it easier to eat. It's practically raw. Oh? I pick up a different lump, this one consisting of fruity flesh around the hard core, tearing a chunk off in my mouth. I find that it has a similar taste to the last one. Hey, are you okay? That's Yeah, even I can eat this. In fact, it's good. Really? At first, Saya looks dumbstruck, but then she bursts out laughing. So, this is what you like. Now I feel stupid for going to all that trouble. Is this what you always eat, Saya? Yeah, though it's been a while since I've had one so big. I usually... Oh my god! I usually catch them in the nearby park? Are you eating children? There's an impressive nature preserve not too far from here. I've never heard about fruits like these growing there, but, well, of course, they only look like fruits to me. They're really something else. Sorry, I already ate the best parts. That's okay. There's always next time, and now we can eat together. Yeah! Saya seems really happy. I'm happy too. Eating with someone is much more fun than eating alone, and it makes the food taste better too. Jesus fucking Christ. That is a twist. Holy shit. What the fuck? There's still plenty left. It'll keep chilled for 2 or 3 days, though it won't taste as good. Then we better start putting it away. Seeing the small fruits in Tupperware and the large ones in pots and bowls, Saya and I stored our remaining food in the refrigerator. Thinking of tomorrow's dinner fills me with anticipation. I feel that little by little, I'm starting to regain the joy of living. Saya will guide me. With her, I can live on. Fuck, dude. Fuck, dude. Fuck, dude. Holy shit. I was not expecting that twist. What the fuck? I will say I feel very conflicted about this so far because some of the horror stuff I think it's an interesting, grotesque, very disgusting, grotesque story. Some of the horror stuff I think I am intrigued by, admittedly, as a horror fan. Some of the other stuff though, like the child stuff, I'm not really a big fan of. I really could go without it. Kind of brings the whole thing down, to be honest, because I'm like, there's like a lot of questionable stuff in this already, but you know. I'm gonna get off for now. I'm fucking tired of talking, but you know what? Interesting start. I'm afraid of where it's gonna go. I guess there's only one way to tell.